Hey, what's up, Ron here. If you don't like your watercolor results, I want to share with you an exercise that will instantly improve them. If you're having a hard time, you're looking at your reference photo or the view you're trying to paint, and you just don't know how to approach it, and then you start and it just looks yucky, it looks off, the colors don't work, the values don't work, it's a big mess. I want to set you free from that. So you hopefully remember a time when you were a kid and art was just pure fun. We're gonna go back to there, okay? So to that time. So let's start with the first example. What I want you to do is very simple. You look at this picture, you make it a tiny, zoom out, barely see any of the details. That's what I'm doing here on my computer screen. And I'm just gonna paint it the way I see it now. So the thing is, I want you to think abstract, okay? And this will instantly make a huge difference in your results. I want you to think abstractly. Do I have a pencil sketch? No, because I don't need that to think abstractly. So check it out. I have the sky here, or whatever that is. That's a blue, right? And I'm gonna share with you in a second another way of thinking about this, okay? It's called the big idea. And I'm just, I'm seeing the blue there. Maybe it feels a little different around here, so I'm gonna add some French ultramarine. I started with phthalo blue. And I'm seeing this kind of a pattern here. And it pretty much ends there. Now, I can see a lot of things. So because I'm experienced, it doesn't matter if you aren't seeing some of these. That is perfectly fine. But I'm seeing some mountains and some details. That's fine. That's fine. But what am I seeing there on the other half? I'm seeing orange. So I'm just gonna use a bunch of red, yellows, and oranges to kind of capture what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a bit of white here. It's kind of gray, don't tell anyone, but we're back to kindergarten now. And check it out. Ooh, the yellow, it's not vibrant enough. Let me fix that, because we are now back to kindergarten. I don't care about any, I'm seeing all these little sparkles, white little sparkles. So let's try and keep them, leave those in. But this is fun. Okay, this is how watercolor and painting should be. I don't care right now about the small, tiny details and getting each and every window, whatever it is. I am looking and I'm almost thinking abstractly. If you've never done this before, you may have a hard time with it, and that is fine. But try and experiment if you can think in abstract terms. I call this sometimes the thumbnail exercise. In this example, I do want to refer to it as a big idea thing. What's the thing that's shouting to you when you look at this scene? What is that thing that really speaks to you? And sometimes a very easy way to find that out is to zoom out a lot. But what is the thing you notice? To me, it's just blue and orange. Beautiful color harmony. Am I seeing some gray? Yes, I am. So let's think like 8-year-olds and just... I see darks, I'm gonna put darks. See darks, put darks. See value, put value. It doesn't matter, I'm not even thinking about it in that terms. I'm like, okay, there's dark, there's light, this is it. This is all I want you to do. See if you can think abstractly. You wanna do another example? Let's do another one. Let's look at another one that's a very different pattern. So we're looking at this cityscape. What are you seeing when you're looking at it? So if you are confused by the signs and the windows and the traffic lights and everything else, zoom out. Zoom out till you can barely see anything. What are you seeing now? I'm seeing a pattern of just white all the way to a dark gray with some hints of buildings in the middle. So let's see if we can recreate that. Think abstract. Go ahead, if you've never done this before, if you always have painted things that feel more realistic, think abstract. Forget about details, think pattern. Okay, and the fact that I'm telling you to do that doesn't mean you'll succeed on the first go, doesn't mean, but success here really is measured in, are you enjoying what's happening? So what I'm seeing right now is top, light. So I'm just gonna put some water. And as we move down, it gets a little darker. You can start seeing some details. And as we move down, I'm gonna add some more. I don't care about the technique. I don't care about how you mix your paint, how you do things here. I really couldn't care less. I'm like, can you see the pattern? and are you portraying it on paper? As we get down to the bottom, it starts getting dark, really dark. So let's put in some strong dark paint. Remember, we're 8 years old, we have no idea, like the fact that we're able to mix this darker value is an achievement in and of itself. So just mix whatever you see. Think like a 5-year-old. I see a building here, I see a building there. Again, technically speaking, watercolor may be a challenge, but I'm saying, you know what? Forget about technique, right? Even if you mess up the technique and you don't get this exact edge as I am, what's the pattern you're seeing here? What is the overall feel of the scene? And if you can nail that, really, that's all I care about. We can even whip out some opaque paint if you want to add details. You know, think like, again, 5-year-old seeing light, putting light. So I'm seeing some light. I am putting some light here. There's something light here. And there's a bunch of small details there in the distance, right? But the thing is, this is breathing. This is watercolor. This is flowing. Looks beautiful. This is not us trying to control and manifest a certain result. Instead, we are painting abstractly what we are seeing. This building looks stronger. I'm gonna do that. You know what? You wanna overwork this a bit? Let's go lighter here. Let's add some water, make this building thinner, just to maybe see if we can make an impression that looks more like it. And then I'm going to use ultra super strong saturated black color just to bring out some of the details up front. And look at that, we have a pattern, right? Pattern from light to dark. That's all we care about. Let's do one last example. Another different pattern. And this, you get accustomed to patterns, right? So this one, right? What are we seeing here? We're seeing a tunnel, and everything is pulling towards the figures in the tunnel. Looks like firefighters. So let's do that. And notice the ease with which you can do this without a pencil sketch, because we're thinking abstract. So here, I would say this is all about the darks. So let's just go ahead and paint those directly, because we are a little more than kindergartners. Seeing an arch, painting an arch. Seeing a tunnel, painting a tunnel. By doing that and almost treating it like abstract shapes, you start to expose yourself to visual ideas and visual storytelling, right? Look at how all the attention goes to the light section. Forget about edges and blending out some of these cast shadows. It doesn't matter. Look at where all the focus goes. It goes to these figures. Figures could be just 3 lines. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to look, you know, whatever. Look at how quickly we captured the essence of the scene. It's a tunnel set around some details, right, that are within the shadows. You know, you could even make this to look more like firefighters if you add some of the vest details, just if you're crazy and you're like, nah, I really want it to show. There you go, right? And then if you want to, you know, add a bit more, let's get this really thin wash and just kind of indicate, ooh, there are some trees here, there's some details in the background behind the man, and then there's this little road and some of these, but you see the visual idea is there. If you're having a hard time with colors, do it black and white. If you're having a hard time with edges, do it with sharp edges. If you're having whatever, but think abstract. Think 8 years old. Think 5 years old. Think, see a shape, paint a shape. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever backgrounds you get, whatever level of detail, it doesn't matter. When you do this, when you step away from the tangible, the actual detail, and you take a step into the purely visual world, the purely abstract shape, color, what am I seeing? If I have a minute to portray what I'm seeing, how would I do that, right? And does this mean you will produce a painting that you deem worthy just by doing that? Maybe, not necessarily. Would you take this and then put it up for sale? Not necessarily. But you'll be surprised at how much of this seeps into your finished work. So I hope you found this helpful. This is an incredible exercise. Instantly improve your results. You'll see the improvement immediately. If you don't commit, Don't force yourself to do anything. Just give it a try. Give it a try, see what happens. I hope you find this useful. If you want to support my work, you know where to find all the links, especially Patreon. I recently posted something new there. Would greatly appreciate if you check that out, get some exclusive contents, get credits at the end of the videos. And I will see you in the next vid. Till next time, take care.